time are dulling his edge.
Well, or is it just a deeper and more mature sound now emanating from Bruce Springsteen? Lifestyle reporter Sarah Edwards went to the concert and got the words straight from the boss's mouth.
She said, just a local hero. Local hero, she said with a smile. He's just a local hero.
To his 15,000 fans at the Worcester Centrum, he is still their rock and roll hero. On stage, there was no question as to who's the boss. When Bruce Springsteen was last here with his Tunnel of Love tour, the music was filled with themes of heartbreak. This was a lighter, freer Springsteen. The 42-year-old rocker is happily remarried with 2 kids, but he claims he hasn't lost the edge.
I think if you were a fan and you came down, I believe you would feel comfortable with what you're seeing, and also hopefully, you know, I'd be pushing it out into places where we haven't been before. So that was the idea.
I drunk some heady wine. Tonight I'm standing here, but there's something in my ears says there's a little town just beneath the flood.
Gone is the E Street band he played with for 15 years, but his new musicians have a tight sound. Bruce admits, though, he was nervous about starting up this tour.
You know, you forget that it's a really intense emotional and physical experience, and it really calls on everything you got, you know, your physical self, your emotional self, your spiritual self. If you're doing it right on any given night, that's got to come pouring out.
It takes a red-headed woman to get a dirty job done.
Springsteen married his red-headed woman, former backup singer Patti Scialfa, and his 2 latest albums reflect the new contentment in his life. But it's obvious on stage his energy and commitment to rock and roll still drives him. A very happy Bruce Springsteen on stage tonight. He said the tour was sponsored by love. He dedicated the song Your Hometown to all the moms and pops out there. And during the song Leap of Faith, he leaped into the audience. To the fans here tonight, Bruce is still in his glory days. Sarah Edwards, News 7.
He's still the boss. Springsteen gives another concert at the Centrum Friday night. Both of these shows are stops along the current world tour.
He does give so much on stage, a really energetic performer, no doubt. Coming up, the final major...
Golf's long ball artist.
Dressed in black at the train station.
Joyce.
Fit myself with religion and a story to tell.
Bruce Springsteen brought his world tour to the Worcester Centrum.
That's good, isn't it?
Yes, it's real big.
Well, Joyce was there, and I'll tell you something. She was very excited for several reasons, including the fact she actually talked to Bruce Springsteen. Kazam.
Yeah, Kazam. This was definitely one of the highlights of my career. Fabulous. Bruce Springsteen jumped right off the stage after his sound check late this afternoon and talked to the handful of reporters gathered there. I was among them. He was very relaxed and open for a man right in the middle of a world tour. His first band appearances in the United States in 4 years. In concert tonight, there was less swagger and more introspection, and still, he's the best live performer I've ever seen. More than any other rock and roller, Springsteen seems to be singing not so much to us as for us. He is the voice of his generation, and the sweeping emotional power of his performance is staggering. Earlier today, he talked to us about his new band.
I wanted to maintain the richness in the sound and the color, and I wanted to maintain the R&B feel, and I wanted to push it out a little bit into some areas of gospel music. I wanted to push it out a little bit into an area of like a little harder rock edge, you know, with a little more guitar-driven. The idea is you're in a room and you're chasing something during the night. You know, you're chasing a certain feeling or a certain spirit, and really what you're trying to do is you're waiting for that moment when you raise yourself up, you know, when you feel yourself go. And then, you know, everybody else will be there. I think when I started, I wanted to write I sort of wanted to kind of document what I felt it would be like to grow up in America during the time when, that I was growing up in. And I wanted to follow those characters, not from just when they were teenagers or when they're in their early 20s, but into the middle part of their lives in their 40s and on. And I think that the idea was to kind of draw a map, my own map, that maybe help other people draw their maps when they're trying to find out where they're going.
The first of 2 sold-out shows at the Centrum. He was magnificent.
All right, a good interview. Good job, Joyce.
Thank
Well,
you.
that's it. That's our news tonight.
Married with children, but he proved all night he can still pack a punch. Dixie Watley reports live now from the show at the Worcester Centrum. Dixie.
Susan, you may have a new band and a lot of new songs, but it's the old Bruce that's up there on stage even as I speak. Came up on stage about 8 o'clock tonight, and he is still going strong. I'm sure you can hear him behind me. I would guarantee that there's not a single person in this hall that does not feel they got their money's worth.
She said just a local hero. Local hero, she said with a smile. He's just a local hero. He used to live here for a while.
Doesn't matter he's defected to the left coast. Springsteen is everyone's local hero, and he earned his hero's welcome with a show that included everyone's favorite songs from his 20-year career. Badlands, My Hometown, Spirits in the Night, to Better Days.
But I feel like I'm coming home. These are the days, babe. Better days, it's true. These are the days, babe.
Should be so easy to do all this by now, but 4 years off the road has given the boss a small case of stage fright.
So when everybody's yelling and screaming and you're sitting backstage and going, Jesus, what am I going to do? I better be good.
He was better than good. He was fantastic.
Well, now, I don't care how many girls you dated. You ain't lived till you've had your tires rotated by a red-headed woman.
There is no barrier between Bruce and his audience. He and his band become one with the fans.
I'm real committed to the music that I'm playing right now and to this band that I have, and I think that it delivers in the way that I wanted it to, and I'm trying to bring something, further on to my fans and my audience, and hope they like it.
Springsteen's new band is excellent, but he seems like more of a front man than he does singing with a group of friends like he did with the E Street Band. But he certainly is closer to his fans, if that's possible. During the song Leap of Faith, he did just that. He leaped out into the audience. They held him aloft, then passed him back onto the stage quite gently. Now, that certainly is a leap of faith. If you have a ticket for tomorrow night, lucky you. Reporting live from the Centrum, I'm Dixie Watley. Back to you, Susan and Brian.
All right, Dixie, maybe not as wild as the music hall in 1976, but still pretty fun, I guess. All right, much more ahead tonight after...